Hello, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Gabs,
I'm Chay.
and today's video is like the prep for the Coasting Along Mystery Knit Along. The Coasting Along Mystery Knit Along is a sock mystery knit along that starts June 2nd, 2024. I guess if you're watching back catalogs, I watched Crazy Sock Lady from like 2016, so
That's because she's the goat.
he is the goat. Um, It is a mystery sock knit along coinciding with the California AIDS ride, where if you participate in the AIDS ride, you ride from San Francisco to LA over the course of 7 days. If you're like us who don't want to ride 500 miles on our bicycle, you can participate in this, like, I guess it's like a companion knit along, where you'll get a clue every day to knit. You could knit a pair of socks, but it's if you keep up with all 7 clues, you'll have one sock by the end of the week, but you, of course, could knit two at a time or knit as many pairs as you want. It is our pattern design. All net proceeds from the sale of the pattern are donated to the San Francisco AIDS Foundation and the LA LGBTQ Foundation, I believe. Um, Pattern link below. You can obviously purchase it afterwards, but you just won't be catching up with us as we go. So in this video, Chaley and I are going to talk about some yarn recommendations, and we have a variety of price points for these yarn recommendations. So Chaley's decided, I asked her, we are going to go from kind of like low to high-ish. So
Honestly, that's how I shop. I don't know if you do the filter. I do never do price high, low, always low, high.
it's bracketing kind of like more big box store yarns and then indie dye yarns, because we want this to be accessible for everyone. And yes, so first we have our big box yarn, and the first one I have is the Lion brand Superwash Merino. I happen to have this lovely gray color. I also happen to perhaps have the tag if I haven't lost it. Uh-oh, nope, I've lost the tag. So it is Lion brand Superwash Merino. I think it only comes in solid colors, but the yarn, I probably should have done this first. The yarn requirements for the pattern are one main color of 50 to 75 grams. The pattern says 100 grams, but unless you're knitting the largest size sock, you don't need all 100. 50 to 75 grams of a main color, and then what do we think? 20 to 30 grams of a contrast color or some kind of combination of minis. So this would be a really great option. I purchased mine at Joann. I believe it's also available online as well as at Michael's. And I've seen it a couple times at Walmart. So
Oh,
it should be decently accessible. I looked it not on sale, it's $12.99, but on sale it could be anywhere between $9 and $8 is what I saw when I looked at Joann's app. So I think it's a really good choice. Lots of solid colors. It'll look really great, and it's a little bit more accessible than some of our indie dyed. So Lion Brand Superwash Merino, lots of great solids.
how much do you get in one of those?
I think it's 100 grams.
Yeah, so you didn't even need that whole thing, probably.
Yeah, let me weigh it. I will weigh it for posterity. I did, to be fair, knit a gnome beard out of this, so it'll be just shy. Um,
-1 gnome beard.
it is 99.1 grams, so plus the gnome beard, probably 100 grams.
100 with some change.
Yeah, so solid. It's a solid choice. Great. Um, the next one we have is Knit Picks. It's now Felicini because they've made it different, but I'm going to show you Knit Picks Felici. But so it's self-striping, so you could put these two suckers together. Kaylee's
Mm
looking at me.
hmm. Oh, you've even got a vintage Felici.
So Knit Picks Felici, if you have it in your stash, would work great. It is fingering weight. Should have told you this too. The pattern's fingering weight. Ooh, I'm real prepared for this. This is 75/25 superwash merino nylon. The way Felici works though, and Felicini works, is they like drop like 8 colorways and then they disappear and then drop 8 more colorways like 6 months late, 6 months later. So I can tell you what this is, but you'll be like, I can't get that. Yeah, I know.
That's because they don't have
Um,
it no more, right?
no. So Felici is 50-gram balls. Felicini is 100-gram balls. But if you have the Felici in stash, this would be perfect. The 100 plus the 50 solid. Or you could buy the 50 and have, or buy the 100, then you'll have enough for a pair of self-striping socks. And then you could use your 20 to 30 left over that most people usually have in these socks. That would be super cool.
I use Felici for my sample, which I can't show you because it's mystery. Um, I can show you the color if you want it, but I think I only used maybe 10 grams of my, and I had a full Felici.
Yes, Felicini, it'll look a little bit different because the stripes are thinner,
Hmm.
but I think it'll still work super great. So those are options. Um, I don't have this. Chaley doesn't either with us. Is it Lion Brand? It's Manny Petty. I'll put
Yes,
up
I
a
do.
picture.
I told you I had it.
Oh, sorry.
Like literally 6 minutes ago.
Go.
I have it right here.
Ah, is it Lion Brand? It is Lion Brand Manny Petty. Tell us the details.
Um, I purchased this at Joann's as well because I was on like a self-striping kick and could not possibly wait for this was when Felici was still in stock, Felici to drop. Um, it's 50 grams, 219 yards is fingering weight. It's 75% superwash wool, 25% polyamide. So basically a 75-25 nylon and wool. Um, this colorway is called Crew, and I haven't looked in a while because I haven't gone yarn shopping at Joann's in a while, but I do believe they still have these. And last I remember, I don't know if we said this, but the Felici's used to be around like 5.99, and I
Mm-hmm.
think Felicini's now like
11.
12.99. Kind of just like obviously double the price. And then this, I believe, was about 5.99 around that price as well. But usually there's some kind of coupon that you can get at Joann's.
Thank you, Chaley. I don't have a Patton's Croy, but that's our next step. Chaley does. Tell us about it, Chay.
Also purchased from Joann's, but I think Yarn Inspirations has their own web store.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so this one is also 50 grams. This one's 166 yards. It's a 75% wool, 25% nylon. I will say it's a little more of a plump fingering. So if you're okay with that,
Mm-hmm.
go for it. It creates, at least in my experience, using a Patton's Kroy for like a vanilla sock, it creates kind of more like a ombre than like a hard self-striping. So and the colors tend to be a little bit more of that like cozy cabin rustic vibe. So kind of depends on what you're looking for. This one has this kind of like twist bit
Mm-hmm.
in it. So you definitely would want to have like even in any colors you choose for this particular mystery, a stark contrast is important, I would say. So I wouldn't choose like a cream or something for this. It would need to be like bright blue or something to
Or
go
if
along
you
with it.
picked a cream, it would have to be like almost a pure white cream, and
Yes.
white socks are dicey, at least for
Right.
me.
Like I wouldn't do brown. Like I
No,
wouldn't do brown with this. No.
or black, it'll blend.
Yes. Patton's Croy.
All right, and I don't think either of us have this anymore, so we'll have to pop in a picture. This is Uni Marino from Universal Yarn, which is very similar to Lion Brand's Superwash Merino. It has obviously different shades of color. I liked working with it. It was a pretty solid color. We got a pink. Chaley and I both knit socks with them, so I will put pictures in. We also have a Universal Yarn affiliate link if you want to shop. And what do you have to say about affiliate links? At no extra cost to you. You, if you use our link, we get a little bit of kickback, but you do what you want. So again, you need two colors. So if I were picking, I would grab either the Lion Brand Superwash Merino or a Uni Merino from Universal Yarn, and then a self-striping from probably Knit Picks would be my choice because me and Manny Petty are not friends. But it is a good option if you like it. My friend Alyssa works with it all the time and she likes it, but me and Manny Petty aren't friends, but it is a solid option. those are our, I guess, $10 to $15 options, under $15 options. And
Definitely
like I
under
said,
20 total.
yeah, under 20 total. And like I said, you could probably get more than one project out of whatever two balls you purchase. Like I doubt you're going to use the whole thing unless you're making the largest size for a larger foot. Like if I was making them for my husband, I might run up against it because he wears like a size 12 men's. But for myself, not even a little bit. Okay. So next is we're going to kind of run through indie dyers of, and we have some examples. So the first one I have is Always Be Kind Yarn, which I have. I'm actually is actually the whip that we're supposed to do on our podcast. So I have this color. It's a self-striping. I believe a portion of her proceeds always go to is
I
it the
think it's
Trevor
Trevor Project.
Project or suicide prevention? She lost her daughter um almost 3 years ago, I think. And then this is how kind of her yarn company was born. So I love her self-striping. This Chay gave this to me, but we've purchased a couple things from her. And this contrast would be perfect. Like I'm just knitting a regular vanilla, but this would be a really good contrast. This is the kind of contrast that you're looking for, that the pink doesn't exist in the self-striping, if that makes sense. So there's no blendy bits. The red is a little blendy, but even still. So that is another option if you want it. You could do that for like the main color and then pull maybe like a bright blue or pull the pink out, or even do a high contrast and do like a yellow or something. You're looking for a little bit you're looking for high contrast. You're looking for a little bit wild. They're a little bit wild socks because I don't want to give away the mystery, but it's different, right? The clue is different each day. It's not going to be the same.
Plus, Gabs is a little bit wild, so
Absolutely. And for me, the AIDS ride, it gives the feeling of like kind of flamboyancy, right?
it's a
There's,
party.
yeah, there's parties. There's the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. There's drag queens. It's flamboyant. It's loud. So I think that's kind of also the vibe of this. But you could make them muted, right? I have a color pairing that would make them very muted.
I think
And
mine are kind of muted.
yeah, so there's definitely you can mute it if you want to mute it. Um, what do I have next? Comfort and Joy. Chay has this yarn. I love that. That's awesome.
Thank you. So, Comfort and Joy, isn't she out of Northern California?
Yes,
No.
yes, she is. She's out of Healdsburg.
Yes. So, it would be a California dyer, which kind of goes with it being a California ride. So this is their logo. I got this sock set at Lambtown Festival, I think is what it's called. Um, and I simply bought it because one, it is pink and Selena, and it was also the Sparkle Barbie sock set. So I think this would actually work perfectly, because you've got kind of a clear contrast. I wear a size 7.5 women's in US. And so I think that this would be the perfect amount for me to use. And I would still have plenty of the pink left
Mhm.
over and probably would pawn it off on my sister.
Mhm.
But this sock set is 438 yards. 100 grams it doesn't tell me the mini amount, but I'd assume it's a 20-gram mini, 438 yards. This one, I don't know if you can see it, if the lighting is doing it,
It's
but
sparkly, right?
it is. It has some stellina in it. So she's lovely. She's got a I just made, if you watched our past podcast, those garden party socks I made was
Oh
Comfort and
yeah.
Joy. So she's got a lot of really pretty vibrant colors, which I really like and I think goes along with the theme that Gabs was just talking about.
Yes. All right. Next up is, in my head, this is the OG indie dyer self-striping. I don't know if it is because I came late to the, I guess, self-striping indie dye party. Desert Vista Dye Works. However, she's very popular, which means if you're trying to order when this video drops for June 2nd, I don't know if your order will come in time. Like
Yeah.
I have no idea shipping times on any of these. This is like shop your stash just to give you an idea of what's out there. Um, if you're looking to purchase yarn and you live in a major city, your best bet is the big box stores, right? If you live close to Joanne or something. Um, because I have no idea these dyers shipping time and what their other obligations are. So that's my disclaimers. I'm not guaranteeing any of this is
I
showing up.
actually think I just saw that she's on vacation right now.
My bad. All
But
right.
oftentimes people are destashing, so you could
Yeah.
troll a destash.
Yes. So this is actually my yarn that Chaley bought me.
It
Um, it is Winnie the Zombody Poo. Um, that this isn't the best choice for this knit along. It's not like, but it's my only Desert Vista dye works that's in a skein. So I want to show you the label. What I'm actually going to use, Chaley's on it. Um, because I have Mean Girls yarn too, but that's in my special Mean Girls box. Hold on, Chay and I have to fetch things. Whoops. Oh, Chaley's got
This
it.
isn't even all of them.
So we love the Desert Vista dye works. So all of those would be great choices. You do need a high contrast to go with them, so you would want a solid to go with them. What I'm using for the actual one, because I'm gonna knit along with it, is I'm gonna use this gray
Mm.
with this half skein that's mangled because it's my fault because I left it in the bin of Desert Vista Dye Works, and this is the one that I split with my sister. It's all the different colors that women were
I didn't
wearing at
see
the
it when you said
inauguration.
mangold.
She knew exactly what I'd done. Look at this.
It's called Rainbows Run the World. Did you already say that?
No, I had no idea what it's called. I was rambling until you saved me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't listening to you.
Rainbows around the world. And I'm actually going to use my self-striping as the main color and my gray as the contrast, which obviously I'll have way enough of this.
That's crazy.
Because I want to feature the self-striping. So you could also mix and match that as well to feature your self-striping. So it'll be mostly stripy with little pops of the gray,
Oh, that
which
is exciting.
which I think will be awesome. So check out Desert Vista Dye Works anyway, but I know the shipping time is usually kind of significant.
Yeah, it's usually around 6 to 8 weeks, I would say.
Yeah, so
But I got one of mine off of a D stash. So you could troll that on Etsy, Ravelry. Um, and sometimes people are destashing them. Or just order it and make it later. There is
yeah,
no MKAL police.
no, no, not at all. So what's next? I have a note on my phone to try and keep organized. Okay, Kimbers Cozy Creations. We really like Kimbers yarn. We've got a bunch of it. This is DK weight, but it's another really pretty sock set that would be perfect. This is her Little Bo Peep sock set. So it's got you could do a variegated. You can do a variegated. You just probably need a solid with it. So this project is really great for
You
like
don't have your Perpinkle set?
I couldn't find it.
All right.
It's
I'm up.
really it's really great for like variegated plus a solid. Like if you have that special skein of yarn that you've been hoarding in your stash, but it's hard to use in like multi-projects because it's variegated, this is the move. This is when you can use it. Chaley has our Perpinkle sock set.
So Kimber dyed this one for us inspode by our favorite colors. You're on my left, so hopefully I'm pointing the right way based on Zoom. But Gabs loves purple. I love pink. And so this is the full sock set, which I do think she still had on her website. I would probably recommend, though, doing the pink
Me
with
too.
it for the higher contrast. Not that the purple isn't cute, but also like you can kind of experiment with the pattern. I think Gabs has already mentioned this. Like it's going to be knit cuff down. So you know you're going to start with a cuff. And so maybe you want to just do a contrast cuff with something that doesn't contrast as much.
Hmm.
Which I don't think gives away too much on the pattern because all socks start with a cuff.
Hmm.
And so I think like if you wanted to use this one, you might want to do like just do the cuff straight in purple
Hmm.
instead of the main color. And then go into whatever combination you want to do.
Hmm. I agree. Next. Oh, Mandy's Makings. So share a pairs. Mandy's Makings has this great share a pair system where you could where you could use your share pair for it. This is I don't know what the blue is, but the gray is crisp air. This kind of gives like a nautical vibe, which kind of matches the California coast situation. And this would come out with a very muted pair. You could use either, you could also do what would be cool with Mandy's Makings is you could do like blue main color for one
Mm.
sock and then gray main color for the other sock. So you could
Hmm.
get like fraternal twin socks, and that would be really a really cute way to use your share a pair. You could also do it like as like a buddy make along with a friend, um, and do a share a pair and then make the socks together, and it could be a whole cute thing. So Mandy's making share pairs. Next up we have Mint Rain.
I don't have any of the yarn, but I have a pair of socks that I used. It's my Christmas socks that I use their yarn for, and I actually have another pair. They're like a peachy color and minty, clever because she's Mint Rain. But what I like about Mint Rain is that they do 50-gram skeins.
Hmm.
So I think that would be perfect for this because you really don't need the full 100 again unless you're making the largest size. And so this was the 50-gram, I think it was like gingerbread man or
I think so.
something. And then I just had the red, like I had a red mini skein, or you could use any one of the other options that we've shouted out. Lots of stores also sell solid minis as well.
Hmm.
So,
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to talk about. Everybody's doing those doodle bars, right? Because
hmm.
of Pacific Knit Co's doodle cows. So you can always, I think Kimbers Cozy Creations has a doodle bar, Yarnaceous and Fangirl Fibers. They all have like doodle bar sections on their website or like mini skein sections. So you could shop them for the solid colored minis. Same with like Moon Glow Yarn Company. Um, I just have never worked with Moon Glow Yarn Company. So I'm committing, at least when I recommend things, to have used the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Her colors are beautiful. Other people have worked with it. It's been awesome.
lots of
But
people love it.
I don't want to recommend something that I haven't used or Chaley hasn't used, right? Because then that seems like you're shilling things, and I don't like that about social media. But that's just me. I'm sure it's actually like I'm sure it's fine. Um, Last one is Yarnaceous, which we have used a lot because Chaley, if you haven't if you haven't been here, Chaley loves dinosaurs. Chaley loves dinosaurs a lot. Why she's an admissions counselor and not a paleontologist is beyond me, but
I don't think I wanted to take the science classes.
Chaley loves dinosaurs. So Maggie has lots of great sock sets. This one's DK and the pattern is fingering, but you can kind of see like her dyeing style, right? Solid mini, variegated. This one is Fallen and Brachiosaurus, but she's got lots of great mini skein options. I think she has a Jurassic World Club, all of these, all of those great things. That's another great option. This is really a solid way to use up your sock sets. I did think of one other dyer that we should probably discuss, which is Destination Yarn, because if you really want to theme it, you want to theme the whole kit and
Mhm.
caboodle, Destination Yarn has California themed yarn. So stand by while I get my California themed yarn.
Yeah, I think I only had one, but it wasn't actually the California collection. It was just a show colorway.
So she has whenever Destination Yarn goes to like vend, ooh, I'm having chair troubles. When she goes to vend at the place, she does, I guess, like themed based on the place that she's
Mhm.
vending at. And she came to Stitches West. So she has this whole beautiful, like, California coast collection. I knit a sweater in her Napa red. So that's a really solid red. It's like, it looks like wine. This one I've been hoarding in my stash for a very long
Thank
time.
you, Gabs. That's an astute observation about Napa Red.
I don't know. What if we're talking to international people and they don't know about wine country in California? Like,
Okay.
want to be inclusive?
Okay.
This is Golden Gate for the Golden Gate Bridge. So this would be super cute
Mm.
to. I would do this as the main color because I've loved this color for so long. I don't know what I would match it
You've
with yet.
really been hoarding that bad boy.
Yeah, because this is actually the very first indie dyed skein of yarn that I fell in love with. So it has to be special. I don't know yet. I
I
don't
think
know.
I knit something. I made socks for Kevin out of Monterey, I
Hmm.
think, and then some kind coastal cliff side or something.
So if you want to, I know destination is out of order, right? Because I should have done it before or right after Desert Vista Diet Works, but I just thought of it inside my mind. That if you really want to like theme it super hard, that's the way to go. Here's the plug for my Etsy store now. I'm gonna make California themed yarn cozies to go with it. So if you really want it to be California, and that's the thing that you want to do, I'm making yarn cozies to go with the mystery knit along, which
Commit to the bit.
yes. So if that's really what you want to do. So you can check out the Etsy store. We've got a bunch of other junk in there too. Mostly cozies, a couple of project bags, but really this is about yarn. Chay is not knitting the knit along with us because she test knit the pattern for me already, but I will be knitting it along with everyone when we cast on June 2nd. If you are local to the Bay Area, I will be at a Pop of Color Yarns in Morgan Hill on June 2nd. I don't know what time yet. We haven't determined for a cast on party. And there's an entry fee, but the entry fee will be all the proceeds will go to the AIDS ride. I'm also working out, seeing if it works with my husband's work schedule to do a Zoom for I believe it's day 2, because day 2 is the hardest day of the clues. So I'll do that to do a little help tutorial thing as well. Um, I think that's it. Comment below. Tell us if you're going to cast on with us. Tell us what yarn you're going to use, all that fun stuff. Thanks so much for joining us.